new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire, the no-show. Who set you back because they didn't show up on day one, or day two, or ever again. And now your product launch is delayed because you're talking to alien abduction podcasters to track them down. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can help make sure your next hire sticks. In fact, businesses who use LinkedIn are 24% less likely to reopen a role in the next 12 months. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
Determined to make the rest of summer the best of summer? LL Bean has clothing and gear designed to do it all. Like sun-washed apparel that feels broken in from the start, rainwear for every surprise rainstorm, hand-sewn boat shoes, and of course, the iconic boat and tote, made right here in Maine to carry all your summer essentials since 1944. LL Bean, be an outsider. Visit llbean.com to learn more.
Have you ever climbed to the top of something only to realize the greatest reward wasn't reaching the summit? It was seeing everything differently. This is Summit After the Storm podcast, and I'm Bart Wilbanks. The morning after finally arriving in Athens, we woke up excited. We were tired. The day before had been nothing but buses and trains, transfers, delays. Now it was time to actually explore one of the most famous landmarks in the world, the Acropolis. The word Acropolis literally means high city. For more than 2,400 years, it has stood above Athens, serving as a fortress, a place of worship, and a symbol of one of history's greatest civilizations. As we made our way up the hill, I couldn't help but think about the millions of people who had climbed those same paths before us. Kings, soldiers, philosophers, tourists. Even the Apostle Paul walked those streets. Standing nearby on Mars Hill, recorded in Acts 17, Paul looked toward the very hill and saw a city filled with temples and idols. Rather than condemning the people, he met them where they were and pointed them toward the God they did not yet know. That perspective has always fascinated me. Eventually, we reached the top. There stood the Parthenon. Construction began 2,500 years ago, about 447 BC, as a temple dedicated to Athena, the patron goddess of Athens. Today, its massive columns still stand, reminding visitors that while civilizations rise and fall, some things endure. As I looked across Athens, the city stretched in every direction. From street level, Athens had felt busy, crowded, a little overwhelming. But from the top of Acropolis, everything made sense. The streets all connected, the neighborhoods fit together. The chaos became order. Sometimes all you need is a different perspective. Standing there reminded me of something that I first learned on Mount Kilimanjaro. The higher you climb, the farther you can see. Problems that seem enormous at ground level often look much smaller when you gain perspective. Sometimes nothing around you changes, only your point of view. Isaiah 55:8-9 says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." God has always seen the big picture. The challenge is trusting His perspective when we're standing at street level. Leadership is often about perspective. Anyone can react to today's problem. Great leaders climb high enough to see tomorrow's opportunity. In business, in parenting, in marriage, and in faith, we're often tempted to make decisions based on what's directly in front of us. But wise leaders intentionally take a step back. They ask bigger questions. They look beyond today's crisis, because perspective doesn't eliminate problems. It helps us to see them in their proper size. Maybe today you're standing in the middle of something that feels overwhelming. Before making your next decision, ask yourself, if you need a different answer or simply higher perspective. Because sometimes God doesn't immediately change our circumstances. Sometimes He invites us to climb a little bit higher so we can finally see what He has been doing all along. If today's episode encouraged you, would you do me a favor? Share it with someone who might need to hear it. And if you haven't already, be sure to follow Summit After the Storm podcast on Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, YouTube, or wherever you listen. Season 4 follows our family's journey across Europe, discovering timeless lessons from history, culture, faith, leadership, and family. Tomorrow we'll leave ancient Athens behind and discover one of Greece's most unexpected hidden gems. Until next time, keep climbing. Poly poly.